Can I like click off really quick? All right, let's try this for the third time. Third time's a charm, right? It is. It is indeed. So, right now I'm outside and soaking in the nature. Hello. Hello. Hey, hey, hey. Wait, hold on. I'm drinking tea and my upper lip my upper lip is sweaty. My upper lip's been sweaty in my videos quite often. We need to fix that. Hold on. You guys are gonna see me do this. Um don't judge. I know your upper lip gets sweaty sometimes too. Don't be acting brand new. Welcome. Hi there to welcome to my live that I don't often do, but I want to do them more just to connect with you guys to see how you doing out there in the world and answer some Q's and A's and all the things. So yeah, we're gonna sit here on live and we're gonna see what's crack-a-lackin' on here. I guess we shall stay here for a while and just to see who joins us. Hello, Lucas. Hi, Lucas. How are you doing today? On a scale of 1 to 10, how are you doing? Let me know. Me, I'm doing a solid, I want to say like probably 8, 9. 8, 9. I feel really good. Besides tired, is anybody else feeling like abnormally tired? There's just been a lot going on, and yeah. So if you have any questions, let me know. I'm doing this. This is a Q&A. I do have some like insights to share. You speak Spanish? Maybe, or maybe that's not Spanish. I am so like not good with language, so I wish I understood what you were saying, but I don't, unfortunately. So, um, yeah. Actually, let me make sure. Am I on live on the right one? On my live? Wait, let me. My hands are not even available right now. Hold on, I have to make sure I'm on live on the right place. Let's see. That would be very funny if I wasn't. Not really. Okay, I am live. Okay. Okay, I am live. I'm live and I'm answering any questions. I will kind of wait and see if anybody else is going to come in, and then if no questions need to be answered, if you guys don't have any questions or topics you want me to talk about, then I will just kind of like read you my journal entry, and if no one joins or no one stays, because I know everyone's like in and out and like peeking and see like, hey, what is that girl up to? What is she chatting about? I'm doing a Q&A. Hello. Say hello if you would like to ask a question, share a topic that you want me to talk about. Yeah, don't be shy. And yeah, I'll just continue to just wait, give it like a couple of minutes. And if no one has a question or anything like that, then I will read my journal entries and kind of like share my thoughts post Eclipse. Right now, I was saying how I feel tired. I've been feeling tired though. And this is a little TMI, but I don't care. Like, everybody talks about things on the internet. I mean, not really. It's not that TMI. It's a normal bodily human function. I'm on my period, okay? So I was like, oh, I feel so tired, more tired than normal for these past couple days, which definitely could be like the energy as well. But yeah, in my body too. And then when I got my period, I was like, oh, okay, that explains it. but I still feel the tiredness. It's fine, normal. Um, so yeah, uh, this is like the craziest setup right now, actually. I'm like holding the camera in like my right hand, and then I'm drinking my tea in my left hand. I'm like making myself so not comfortable right now. This is ginger tea, by the way. I cut up raw ginger pieces in here, and I added lemon and honey. That's I feel so proud of myself. I don't usually drink gingered. So yeah, for the one person that's watching, you should ask a question. No pressure, but if you would like to, I'll start talking soon. I'm trying to see if anybody else comes in before I start to ramble. So while we're waiting, I'm gonna sing you a song. I'm just kidding. I'm not gonna do that. That will be bad. That will be bad. I am. I wish you can see the like what's in front of me. I have beautiful nature in front of me. I've been spending a lot of time in nature. Nature's been fun. Oh, you know what? This is probably really torturous for the people who are gonna watch the replay. So I think I may just get straight into it. Wait, but I want to wait for a little longer and see. I'm waiting right now while we see if there's anybody else that comes on before I start to ramble. If you have any questions, let me know. What is walking out there in the forest area? Okay. Yeah. All right. No, since you guys have so many questions, but you don't want to share them yet. Fine, I'll start talking. All right, let me put my tea down. Oh gosh, this setup that I have, it's just not. It's not it. It's not. What? Let me put the phone down really quick. One sec. Okay, hello, I'm back. Okay. All right, let's stop playing these games. All right. Let's get to business. Clearly, you guys don't have anything to tell me. This one person that's here. One person, I see you. I'm watching you. Oh, two people. I see you. I'm watching you guys. All right. So, post Eclipse. Man, I definitely feel a shift. Do you feel a little different than you felt last week compared to this week? Has anything like shifted for you in your personal life? Do you feel different than a little bit different? Did anything change from last week to this week? I know I definitely feel different, or like some shifts happened for me. Yeah. What do I even share? Where do I even start? I think the biggest one lesson that I learned was just something I knew, but I really felt it was like letting go. We hear that often, right? We hear what letting go is, and we hear that often, but like I really have learned that if you call yourself, like if you are on this spiritual journey, right, you have to get like comfortable with just like surrendering. Like when shit hits the fan and like things just start changing in your life, you have to resist the urge to resist, because you're fighting with the tides that are supposed to be like happening in your life. But during the shifts or whatever is happening, whether it's to you or people that you know or whatever, or the endings or whatever, you have to be able to find like things to like care for yourself during whatever the release is, whatever you're having to surrender yourself with. Yeah, surrender, whatever. Um, and so it's literally like soothing, self-soothing through whatever it is in your life. This is kind of why I would like to have a conversation with people, because I really, you know what, honestly, I don't like lives. Let me just tell you, I don't like them because first of all, I'm an engaging person, and I really just feel like I'm just going to talk general unless I have like a scenario or I can like speak on something specifically. And obviously, like, I'll use myself as an example a little later. But yeah, this is why I like to actually, something fun. I filmed a podcast with my friend, and that's gonna come out soon. And we kind of did talk about like the eclipse energy, so that was fun. But anyways, going back to that is for the people who is watching in the replay. I just want you to know that like everything that's happening in your life, like, you just let it happen. That's the best way I can say. Get out of the way. Get out. Like, stop trying. Like, just, it's okay. It's okay. Like, it's supposed to happen. It's supposed to happen. And you just can't resist. So, and you can't look for others to save you. You have to save yourself. Like, you have to, like, it's your responsibility to take care of yourself. And that's something that I have learned. Okay, we're getting somewhere. Because, as maybe you know or you don't know, I feel like I talk about it all the time, but I feel like I kind of have to. Because it's something I feel like a lot of people can relate to at this time, is like, definitely, like, navigating through like a breakup, a career, or I won't say a career change, but like a release of a job, like a release of all the things that like were no longer like serving me. And when like the process of it afterwards, thank you, beautiful, whatever that is, making that beautiful sound. Love nature. So when you kind of like are like experience all those shifts, you afterwards, like, definitely like the loneliness comes up and just certain things come up, right? Which was funny to me because I actually really like being by myself and like time by myself. Like, so I really think it's interesting, like, how when I feel lonely, I'm like, as a person who really enjoys time by themselves, like, that's weird that it, like, I experience these feelings of like loneliness. But then, so I think it's normal, like, even like, say, like, leaving a, getting like breakup, okay? It's normal to like want to have like I feel like I'm hearing so many things. Like a person there. Well, like during the times that you do like miss, like having a companion and stuff like that. And like sorry, I'm trying to like figure out, like, be mindful of like everything that I like comes out of my mouth. But it's easy to start. The point is, it's easy to look outward to feel the things to feel whatever like emptiness or like what is quote unquote missing within you. So especially when there's like temptations and just certain things like that. So I hope I'm trying to make it general so everybody could like get the insight. So what I came in conclusion to is this statement right here, okay? Oh, well, before I say that, wait, should I? Yeah, I think that sums that up. This morning though, um, I I'm trying to gather my thoughts here of like what am I sharing or what am I saying? Oh, I hate lives. It's okay. You know, you got to do things that you don't normally do to get comfortable with it. Um it's not that I'm not comfortable, but I'm just talking to myself. It just feels so weird. You know, this makes me think of like Leo energy. I'm an Aquarius, and I feel like Leos could like sit and talk. Like Leo people with Leo energy could just like be on like talking when the attention's on them, and they just like that's their time to shine. And me as an Aquarius, I'm like, can somebody else say something so I can engage with you, and then we can have a conversation. That's how things do for. So when like the focus is on me all the time, especially on live, I have to just pretend this is a playback and people are watching this. You're seeing the experience of doing something out of your comfort zone, and like just rolling with the punches, okay? So, um, especially like as I'm talking about like serious things and I'm trying to just be like mindful of everything. But the point is, let me just tell you straight, okay? Listen, you know, for me personally, let's just bring astrology into this. The sun right now, all right, is in Virgo. We're in Virgo season. Okay? Astrologically speaking, the sun is transiting through my seventh house, which is about relationships and partnerships. That means that that part of my life is going to be like lit up. And therefore, I'm going to be experiencing like themes around like wanting to be more in like partnership and like or thinking about like other people, or like it'll be good for me to like not be like so like self-focused, like stuff like this just let's look at it. So I've been really like feeling those themes of like, you know, obviously like wanting to, yeah, like I guess talking a lot and thinking about like a lot about relationships and like my next partner or husband, not partner, because like I mean I feel like every person says this when they get out of a relationship, but like the next person I definitely want to be my husband, and I'm gonna be very intentional about like that. That's my like goal. um and here's the thing also, as an astrologer and as like an intuitive practitioner, like I'm able to like see things, okay? So I have to tell myself though, it's honestly annoying to like see things and then like but anyways, but still try to live present and not like focus on that. And the point is like I know obviously when that time comes in my life that I'm going to like reconnect with someone that I'm meant to be with, right? But I have learned that it could be so easy to just like jump into something because I am like quote unquote missing stuff inside, you know? Or like I was just talking with my friend about like being responsible, like everything is on me now, right? Well, I mean, yeah, I was gonna, not that it hasn't, but there's just certain things like obviously when you're sharing a space with someone else and then now that you're by yourself, those are just changes. And it's so easy, and I see the hype of like why people bounce out of one relationship and get into another one, because like then when you're by yourself you got to actually sit with your shit yourself, and you got to reflect, and you got to like, that's where the work starts. And as a spiritually, you know, if you're living a spiritually connected life, if you call yourself a spiritual person, that's exactly the time for you to do that work, because it's harder to do the work on yourself when you're with another person, especially if the other person that you're with is not like, it's just there's not, you're not able to focus like on like the task of like growth, like just certain things. So the point is I need to not look, I need to sit with my stuff. No one is responsible of taking care of my stuff but me. And it's actually going to be better for me to like deal with this so then I don't attract somebody that is like like, you know, I just have to, I don't know, freaking be mindful. Is this even making any sense? Does this even, like, freaking matter? What I'm saying. Let me read the quote, okay? What came up to me was, and this could be something that is important for you in some way, is don't expect others to do for you what you haven't done for yourself. Okay? Don't expect others to do for you what you haven't done for yourself. So, yeah, that. Oh, that is the thing. And as I am here right now, people who watch the playback, I want you to know that I've been talking to myself for a majority of this time, and I do feel like a pretty big, like, that's humbling. But I have to continue to do this because I committed to doing this, and then I'm over here sharing my thoughts with myself right now. And anybody could be watching me on the internet. Anybody. You know? People I know, people I don't know, or maybe not. I don't know. But I'm putting myself out there and talking about this because I'm doing it because I hope that it connects with somebody out there. I really, really be like, that's all I want to do, and that's why I don't really like lives, because I don't know if it's actually helping anybody, especially if people don't respond. But it's okay. Maybe it does. I have to just trust what comes out of my mouth at this time, that it's for someone. But yeah, I definitely don't come on here to like make myself look. Oh gosh. But yeah, so yeah, that's the biggest thing with this eclipse, is like, once again, letting go, surrendering, like, and knowing like everything is, you know, just don't fight against it, and don't expect others to save you, because it's not their job. Like, you got to save yourself. You got to take care of your own self. That's very much like this, that is the biggest things, because like the energies right now is the Pisces and then the Virgo, like, in Virgo is like, you got to you got to do what you got to do regardless. Like, you know, it's like that, like, holding you accountable energy is like that practical energy. But then on the other end is that Piscean energy that's like water based, you know, and can like literally sometimes be drowning in its feelings, and don't want to do anything. They just want to sit there and just like wallow in their sorrows, because oh my gosh, life is so hard and everything's so heavy and all that stuff like that. Which, yes, but you also have to ground yourself, and that's what I mean by like taking care, self-care, going for walks, connecting to grass, like breath work, like getting back into your body and not letting your emotions or the past drown you, because those are just feelings, and I know they feel like heavy, but at the end of the day, like, you will be okay. You can get through that. They're just feelings. And so once again, to get out of the feelings, you got to get in your body, and that's where, like, you know, doing your self-care practices and getting yourself on a schedule, that's very also important. So you can have like structure in your life, and like, you don't have any, if you're on a schedule, if you write a schedule for yourself, like, you kind of have to like do the things. I mean, you know, like, it just creates like structure, which like that Pisces energy does need. It's like the structure of like, okay, this is what you got to do at this time. Speaking of like structure and stuff like that, during my meditation, because I, you know, wake up every day. Yes, I do. That's what everybody does, hopefully, by the grace of like God and higher and all that. Like, but yeah, what was I saying? So yeah, I wake up and I immediately go into meditation, or like, well, I don't really call it meditation. I call it sitting in silence, and that's like my meeting with God. And I just like get whatever comes through of like, okay, what do I need to focus on? I write it out. Okay, so the first thing actually that came up for me was set time blocks for yourself. And then and then I said, when doing tasks that bring you a little worry about getting it right, or like, for me sometimes, like if I have like things that I have to do, I've had in the past like a little procrastination, a little that. Yes, I can procrastinate, because sometimes I can, like, if I have something I have to do and it's something that is a little challenging or it feels like a lot, I can like overthink it, and then like it can start to freak me out because I'm like, oh, and then I'll put it off because it feels so heavy. Um, and like, for example, for me, like one of those things today was like my job. Like I had a task that I had to do for it, and I was a little bit like, I don't know. I'm also a perfectionist. That's a big thing too. Of like, okay, I want to get it done, but I want to do it right. I want it to be done right. And for me, sometimes I can just like, yeah, it's just thinking about it, I can put it off. So I told myself, but if you set time blocks for yourself, then you have no choice but to get it done within that time. And I'm a competitive person. So I was even writing that down. I was like, and actually, that'll make it fun for you. That'll make it fun. And that's kind of bringing in this. Anyways, I'm thinking about more astrology stuff. For the people who will even resonate with this, Venus is in Leo. I think today is the last day that Venus is in Leo. And then it's going to transit into Virgo. But Leo rules my 6th house, which is all about work and routines and health and all that, wellness. And Venus is transiting through. I do birth chart readings, yes. I will have to, at the end of this live, I'll link my information in the description box. But yeah, so Venus is transiting through my 6th house right now. And like I said, that's all about like my work and like, but my work environment and my spaces. So the point is, if we're thinking Western, because I combine Western and I do Vedic too. Vedic is a newer thing for me. But the point is, it aligns with, like, for me, I like my work to feel fun. Like, that is just something that I like. I like it. I like to be able to enjoy my work. And I am very intentional about that. And so, yeah, like giving myself little challenges, like setting time blocks. All right, in this, between this time and this time, you need to focus on this. And so the point is, I did it. I did it. And I actually, the task that I was so overthinking ended up like, I just like, that was nothing. And I just feel so proud of myself. And so, yeah, like that's a little example of that. And then yeah. So yeah, that's that. That was like really cool. So does anybody have any questions or comments or topics you would like me to talk about while I'm taking a pause from my ramble? And look, I did it even with my live. I started rambling and like without like needing engagement, and look at me here. I do too. I want to share and compare techniques and insights if you're interested. Oh, okay. Perhaps yeah. I mean, email me and we'll see. Yeah, I'm open. Email me. My email should be on my YouTube channel. So, yeah, I'm definitely open to have chats with other astrologers and talk about the astrology and everything like that. So, yeah, let me look at let me see, let me scope it. We'll see what comes from that. So yeah, that's been like my biggest, like that was a big thing for me. The don't expect others to do for you what you haven't done for yourself. Because I think sometimes, especially with I think a lot of people, maybe, besides myself, it's so easy to like expect like others to do the work for you, or to fix you, or to help, like, or just certain things like that. And that just creates so many problems, especially if we're talking about relationship stuff. Like, it's just, yeah. So I don't know. That's very general, but I hope that is helpful in some way. Anything else? Do I need to say anything else? Do I need to talk about anything else? Um, what time is it? Oh, we're at 30 minutes, so I still have 30 more minutes. Someone ask a question or give a topic. Help me out here. Help a girl out. You guys are also interested in me. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you for your interest. You want to know so much. So much. Um, that reflects the starvation of a need. What? What reflects the starvation of a need? Um, okay. This like me being sitting in silence too it's been a thing. Oh, when you want someone else to do the work for you, I know. Yeah, yeah, yeah. That's true. That's true. Um, yeah. It's just not. It's not healthy, and it's not. It's just gonna repeat negative cycles. You know, it's just or it's just yeah. You're just like not wanting to do the work. But the point is with doing the work, everything's gonna feel like heavy or feel like, oh, I don't want to, or it's too much or it's a lot, until you actually do it, and then you're like, hey, I did it, you know. And I did it like I did it. Like I, it makes you feel like really good and accomplished, and like builds your confidence. And that's the biggest thing. I mean, another thing is like, and me and my friend were talking about it, of like, ultimately, like, we all want to be able to like be able to like take care of ourselves. Like, that's another thing that I wrote. Like, it's not your job, it's not your job or other jobs to fix you. Like, we should all be doing the fixing on ourselves. And that's big, because then if you are doing the fixing for everybody, then, or the vice versa, then you're getting in like you're in relationships or friendships that are just kind of like, you both are not, you both are avoiding the stuff that you need to do internally. And it can cause power dynamics, because maybe one person is doing too much, or the other person is doing not enough, or even like, like, there's just so many things. There's just so many things. I don't know. Once again, I'm trying to be general here, okay? I'm trying to be very general when I'm talking. You guys aren't helping. I'm kidding. It's fine. You can just sit here and watch me make a clown out of myself. I'm just kidding. I'm just like, yeah, trying to get out of my comfort zone. So yeah, that's about, I mean, those are like my reflections. I'm trying to think. I went to the Buddhist monastery yesterday, which is something I've been doing because it's been something very like healing for me. Ultimately, you need to do your work with people who are also doing their work, and everyone must be compatible. Yes, exactly. Exactly, Melvin. You're right. Yeah, I know, right? I know. But here's the thing too, like, yeah, yeah. You just have to trust too that everybody is doing their own work. Because I think even when it comes to like, once again, like me and my, like, meeting new people, like, I don't know, like, I just feel like it's so easy for people to like say that they're doing stuff when, and then like not be like serious about that. Um, So I don't know. I mean, there's just so many things, but yeah, I hope everyone is they're doing that. It's not fun. It's not. The work isn't fun. It's not supposed to be. It's not comfortable. It's not supposed to be. You should really spend. I'll tell you this. This is something like I mean, so many things I've learned, like after a breakup and being by my, like being in solitude and like learning, like, is how easy it is to distract yourself from like the pain that you feel inside. And that's not just with breakups, but that's with anything. So many people distract themselves. And I have been really trying to be intentional, because it doesn't even have to be like, it could be a person, it could be like a substance. But you know what's also sneaky is it could be like social media, it could be like you just like making yourself so busy, but then you're trying to feel, what are you running from? Like, you are meant to like heal and like be with yourself. And I had to tell myself this, of like, this is the time for me to just like really just be sitting out here in silence and letting things come up, you know, like, and questioning why that came up and why do I feel like this and what happened, like all these things, you know, like really like sitting with yourself. And you know, you think it's like keep yourself busy, you know, but you're keeping yourself busy to run away from what's happening inside, or those voices in your head, or the things that come up. It's just like, yeah, yeah. It's important to do that alone though, because like, once again, if you're trying to do it with others, what is your intention for that? Like, the point is, I think, not that everyone's going to be complete, right? But you want to be whole, like within yourself, and make sure that you're not like looking. Oh, okay, in the sense, yeah. Yeah, I feel like I'm talking loud. All the neighbors are going to be hearing me talk to myself from their POV. Yeah. But you don't need, in the sense you have no one to understand you. Yeah. Yeah, I understand that. I think that's why going to the Buddhist monastery helped for me. I mean, like, me personally, I host like events and like women circles, and so I'm around a lot of people, thankfully. Like, so I know I don't really feel alone. I mean, I'm alone because I'm doing the work by myself, but I'm supposed to, right? But I think getting out in community is very, very important. So if you have like a something local around you of whatever you're interested in, you should also like, you know, balance. You don't want to be by yourself like forever, you know. So I think I would advise for everyone to have like that like balance of self and that healing, and then going within a community of people who are all doing the healing. It's so beautiful for me to go to the monastery and then see so many like people, different races, ages, men and women, like showing up to like really take care or see or work on the inner suffering or inner things that's going on inside of them. It's so beautiful, you know. So there's spaces out there. You just have to like research and be intentional and all of that stuff. So I think that's very important. Yes, exactly. Well, yeah, that's true. Yeah. I mean, I think that you should. Mm, I think the whole thing is what I'm trying to I think you have to be whole like within yourself. But yeah, you may need guidance from that. Like, so the conversations that I've had, or hearing other people who have lived longer than me and who are like have hold more wisdom than I do, and have been through my experiences that I'm thinking is the worst things in the world, probably like twice, multiple times. And, so it is nice to like get guidance from someone who holds so much wisdom and who've experienced more life than you, so you can kind of expedite your process. But once again, even when they give you like the tools or give you the insights, it's still your responsibility to apply them by yourself. They're not going to hold the like, feed you. You got to like take it and then go back in that solitude and apply it. And I think, yeah, you do have to like be doing the work, because it's so easy to like get yourself back out there and like meet other people, and then like that feels so good. But then when you're away from them and you're back by yourself, like you don't want it to be like, oh, okay, like I'm back here by myself again and it's lonely. Like it should feel good to be around like you know we were broken in isolation internally, physically. People are, yeah, we were broken in isolation internally, physically. Yeah, I think you just have to open. Also, that comes with like opening your heart again. It definitely got dark here. But yeah, you just have to learn to open your heart again. You also have to trust yourself. If you've been putting in, excuse me, if you've been putting in the work, that was a burp. In on yourself, then you're gonna attract the right people. But I think, actually, well, that's true. But I do be hearing. Yeah, I think that's a big tester. I think it is a big tester of like when you do put yourself out there, who gravitates towards you, and also like who you gravitate towards, because that's something like, I mean, I think you can't stop other people coming to you, especially if you believe in like tests or just certain things like that. But I think if you're intentional about like what you want, and that's through journaling or prayer and stuff like that, then you should just open your heart and trust that you will connect with the right people. But that takes you to get out of isolation when you're ready, and not because you're seeking something to fill whatever void that you feel, but you may just like, for me, I think I'm getting into this point where like I have been putting like in the like work on myself, and I just like I just like want to have like, I miss having conversations with people, and mainly like honestly like people from the opposite sex, like men. Why did I say it like that? People, because I didn't have that. Like I rarely have experiences with men. I mean, like conversations with men who are on the same like wave as I am. Um, and so I'm interested. I'm like, first of all, like just even me going to the Buddhist monastery and seeing men there, I was like, oh my, like there's men who actually signed up. They like on their own. No one like put a gun to their head to say, hey, like go do this. I'm just kidding. Am I able to say that on YouTube? I don't care. But like it's so cool. Like this shows you how like non-exposed I've been to like men. Okay, I feel like I'm gonna have to like. Okay, one second. I'm gonna have to go inside because it is pretty dark. Wait, give me 1 minute. Okay. Okay. Um. Okay, that's still kind of dark. Where is the light here? Okay. But yeah, so what was I saying? I don't know. Oh yeah, like how that's something that I like am interested in now. I'm like, oh, I've been talking to myself long enough in the house. Literally. Literally. If you didn't understand like what like if you weren't, you probably think I'm crazy because I've had conversations with myself so often. It's nice, honestly, because then when you talk to yourself, stuff starts to come up. I swear. It's like so beautiful. And then just taking care of yourself, like going for a walk, and there's just so many things. Like, I'm so excited to meet other people who do this because who's been putting in the work. Like, that's so cool. So I'm now like wanting to have conversations. That's good, Melvin. So therefore, there are other people like you and I, so many out there. We just haven't like put ourselves out there to like go and explore. Or I don't know, I'm not speaking for you, but I know for me, like I although I do like host my own stuff, I do need to start like getting out there and like just having more conversations. You learn a lot through conversations, and um yeah, I think that's a big. Hi, Ren. I'm trying to see what your thumbnail or your thumb that. Ren, if you have any questions, what is this like? What is this 3-1? What are these numbers with the crown? Don't know what that is. I'm not sure what that is. Um, so life is filled with cheap thrills and addictions. Wait, I didn't even see that part. Wait, hold up. You should seek to fill the void. Wait, you should seek to fill the void. The thing is, most people don't have insight to what their void is or what is missing in their life. Um, how do I feel about that? You should seek to fill the void. I think you should ask what is causing the void, rather than trying to have the fill. In my point of view, because it's almost like putting a band-aid on something. Like, why do you feel the void? Anyways, why don't you feel like complete? And I'm not saying this for you, but I'm saying this as I had to think about that of like these are the questions you have to ask yourself, like literally. Like, I can't wait to talk about like to show like to talk about the podcast or like share that. But like as I'm sitting here, like even when you have things of like, once again with the breakup, because that's something that I'm actively experiencing, so I'm gonna talk about it. I hate talking about it, but it's important. I hate being like that person that always brings it up, but it's like a life experience for me, like a big one. Okay, this is like a long 12-year relationship, like dang near half my dang life. So I just have to surrender and be like, bro, like it's just something. But I was just thinking of like, here's the thing of like, obviously, like, even if like something wasn't right for you, you'll still miss it. Like, that's something that I've also had to just sit with, because it's like, I don't want to, but I have to surrender to like the missing. Okay, I'm gonna miss the person. All right, that's fine. But then I had to sit with myself in silence. I literally like was folding clothes. I didn't have no music playing. I didn't have nothing around me. I was just sitting. And so I'm like having this feelings of missing. And then I'm like, what is it that you miss about the person? Like, I'm asking myself these questions. What are you longing for that you don't have like within, like, and then that brought up some things. That brought up a lot of things of like, that just brought some clarity, because I realized that a lot of the things that I quote unquote missed, I provided. And I'm saying this for everybody of like, like the happy times and all this stuff like that. Like when I think of like the root of that, it was like it all came like from me. Like like the good, like the fun and all that. And so anyways, what I got back from all of it was like, then I'm like sitting here thinking, and I'm talking to myself, and I'm like, oh, so the thing that you're missing about the person is you. Like, you miss yourself. You miss what like that you have always had, that love that you have to give, that fun that you have, that joy. And it's like you don't actually like miss that person, you miss what you brought to it in that experience that you can offer, because you have and so therefore then the beauty part of that is that whatever we hold inside that we're like thinking was whatever the beauty, and then I'm talking to myself, so I'm like that, therefore then you always have that in you, and so you could recreate that with another person. Like, because you're the holder of it, if you're the one that you're like actually missing, if you think about all those memories and like what was the core, then and so like here's the thing, so that's like an example of like the void of like diving deeper into like what's underneath that. um and I like was able to crack the missing thing, and so now every time I miss, then it's like, okay, now I understand, because I'm not able to like, well, I'm doing it with myself as much as I can, as far as like having fun and the joy and stuff like that, and but yeah, it is fun to share those experiences with another person. So I think it's that I miss sharing like fun experiences with another person. But here's the thing, that's where a lot of people decide to just go jump into another relationship, and then they end up repeating the same cycles all over again. And so for me, I have to know, like, okay, that feels good for me to know that, and know that I can always recreate it when it's time to, but I have to just be intentional next time about who I do, who. And so it's just it gets deep. You got to really get deep with yourself and talk to yourself, like ask yourself, why are you feeling those things, and see what comes up, like literally have full on conversations. It's crazy. um you should be happy you've got a crown. You should be happy you got a crown, Ren. That is great for you. I love that for you. The lack of what you have. Um, yeah. Have I ever encountered a narcissist? You know, I don't really feel, I don't know, I don't like to label things. I think that word has been brought up and brought out and talked about, and just thrown out so much. So much. Um, so I am not a doctor, and yeah, I can like, say that could be like I've perhaps experienced people with like narcissistic tendencies, but I'm never gonna flat out call a person a narcissist if I'm not a doctor. I didn't, I think also like there's weight to why that everybody am starting to use that word, especially when it comes to like people who have hurt them. Like it's easy once again to put the blame and like talk and like, yeah, I mean but like I think it once again takes our focus away from thyself. So yeah, so I don't know, possibly, I'm sure, but I don't have like, yeah, I try not to like go like label people. Does that answer your question? Yep. Yep. Are you guys top fans? Is that why? Wait, why would you be all top fan? I'm confused. Because now I'm seeing that's what the crown says. Crown in the left says top fans. But yeah, I think going back to the narcissist thing, so many people say it. So many people, especially people who get out of relationship. I mean, just hey, I'm not denying that there are people with narcissistic tendencies, but like, what is the point of like, okay, if the person is a narcissist, what that have to do with you? Like you still got work that you had to do because you were around whatever the narcissist, like, like, I don't know how to describe, like, I just feel like, and once again, I just see that so much. And trust me, I had to check myself on like certain things. These are I'm only speaking from experiences of like me having to sit with myself and like check my, like, and really like once again ask myself these questions and like navigate through everything, because and stuff like that. But yeah. Yep. Yep, you got it written from my ramble. You got the message. Yeah. It's really fulfilling though when you actually like find the joy in yourself that you were seeking from external things. Um but it's also, you can two things can exist at once. Okay? Like I can sit here and be like, "Oh, so fun to be with myself," and all this stuff like that, and still, once again, I can still, but at the same time I still miss my old life, even though I know that old life wasn't for me. I still am so excited for the day that I connect with my husband. I'm still all of that, okay? Like all those things can still exist. Well, I'm not trying to carry any like anger or anything like that. And that's something that I actively have to release, like the anger and the resentment towards like people in your past that quote unquote wronged you. But then once again, that's like putting it towards like the people, like, like all the things are still in existing. I'm just choosing what to like focus on and put my attention to, um the things that are going to serve me. If you're calling another a narcissist more often than not, you both are incompatible. Yeah, I mean, I guess that's a healthier way of saying it without pointing, like putting names to like to things. Yeah. Yeah. What are the things you've incorporated in your life to make it more peaceful? Hmm. Um doing um Okay, I'll just say the main things is like, honestly, waking up every day, and I'm, like I said, I'm a spiritually connected person. I do believe in God. Or like I say higher power, but my higher power, the name that I call it is God, okay, or guides or whatever, like just whatever. It doesn't really matter, but like having a schedule set for myself that holds me accountable to taking care of like myself, that is balanced. So I have self-care, I have the things that bring me joy, and yeah, then I have the things where I got to get the shit done because those are like my responsibilities. And if I have a schedule, then I can't let whatever feelings that I feel, because I once again transition and whatever sway me. It's like solidified. So for me, schedules really keep me grounded and like hold me accountable. But then like waking up every morning and I set like a 15-20 minute timer, and I sit in silence. And I've been doing this for a while, and I'm an intuitive practitioner, so I get guidance. Like it's like easy, like it's like quick for me. And so I'll sit there and whatever God speaks, like what I need to focus on, what comes, journal, like write that down. And then those are the tasks that I have to complete that, well, hopefully that day, at least I need to start it that day. And so then that keeps me like focused on what I need to do and not get distracted because about what other people think I need to do. Or I mean, thankfully I don't have that in my life, like, but like even like social media, you may get on social media and you may see all these people giving you advice on what they think, or to look at all these astrologers and look at what and it takes you away from self. So if you always are like you have that meeting with yourself, God, whatever you believe, in the morning of like, this is what I feel like I need to focus on, then you got no excuses. You got your day planned out, you got what you need to focus on, and everything else that comes like with that shouldn't deter you. You should always like be grounded in that. And then afterwards, I do yoga, because you need to be active, that's part of the self care. Um, and then have a nutritious meal, and then get started with your work and or whatever, go to work or however that works for you. I love walks, so that's something like that's a part of my joy that I like to do. I love to dance, so like I'll have like dance sessions in my house, or I'll go to a dance class, which I really love. um and hey, Ebony. um and yeah, but like peaceful, it's really like having moments of silence with myself, like just being more silent. It's so easy, like even like you think like podcasts. Here's the thing, like I thought like what was helpful for me um was to feed myself with like motivational content, right? And that's great, but it's still like feeling, it's feeling your feel like, why do you need noise? Like I don't know, all the time, like like even music's good, but I just feel like people are so uncomfortable with like silence, and that tells you something. If you're uncomfortable with silence, which is really you, like things come, that's when things come up, that's when you're able to hear. So like honestly, just doing things silently, cooking silently, because things start coming up, like creative ideas, or like just certain things, like, or just you just learn a lot about yourself. Um so yeah, going for walks silently, and not all the time, like sometimes, if I feel like I've had enough times with myself, like I'll balance it, of like, I don't know, you just like learn, of like what feels, and then I'll be like, okay, I'll listen to some music or whatever, but then you may just, I don't know. So I think that has been the biggest thing. And then obviously, I mean, the main thing is like getting out of environments that were not contributing to my like peace. I That's a big one. But I didn't really have any control of that one. That just kind of happened. Which was great. So yeah, I think that's the biggest thing I can tell anybody. If you're around people who are not peaceful within, because that's another thing that I had to learn. Um, that I'm interested in like talking about. I'm gonna be interviewing some guys on Friday, or I'm gonna be having some chats. Let's just say that, some chats with guys on Friday for my podcast. I really want to talk about this thing about peace, because I think, and I've, in my experience, what I've heard and what I hear on social media is the men specifically talking about how much they just want peace, and I have a lot to say about that. I have a lot to say about that, because I feel like peace is not like, what is peace? The point is, you shouldn't be if you are a peaceful person within, then you could have noise all around you and distractions all around you, but then can tune in here and be like peaceful. And I just feel like I just hear a lot of like I just want to have conversations about that one, because I think that's a, yeah, that's something. That's something. Just got to be like, what is peaceful for you, and why are you looking for peace outside of you when it should be within? I just think that's because even with meditating, like I've learned to, like, now if there's stuff outside of me, I can still like I could sit right here. Well, you guys aren't talking, but I don't really like. But if people watching or whatever, or if there's like noise, like I can literally just and like be at peace and like feel that, like that, and be good. Um, yes, I've been trying to do the same, sitting in silence, having and leaving places that mess with my peace of mind. That is because it was getting to the point where I was getting agitated and being uneasy. Yeah. Okay, good. That's good. Getting yourself out of that so it can be easier for you. That's good. Getting out of environmental spaces that are internally designed to harm peace. I like I like how you worded that. That's very, yeah, internally designed to harm peace. Yeah, 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 for sure. Definitely rebuke the devil. Definitely, for sure. Definitely rebuke it. Rebuke it. I would. That's funny. Yeah, that's so funny. I was using that term often, that I was trying to rebuke things that was coming to me that I didn't want to. Like the feelings of like missing someone or thinking about the past stuff and like saying that I rebuke, but I'm just like, bruh, like stuff is gonna come. Like I can't, like, I gotta just work with myself. But oh wow, we're at an hour. Why you guys didn't tell me? You had me rambling. I said I was gonna be here. Speaking of time blocks, I said, Jess, you know how you like to ramble and all the stuff like that, but you need to give yourself that like hour and all that stuff. So this has been great. I really hope this helped other people. I really did. Because that's all I came here for. And not for myself, trust me. Hey, we just talked about how great like life has been just being with myself, so I really hope this is worth the hour. And yeah, all right, cool, have a great day. Take care of yourself, and remember, you are responsible for yourself and your inner self. And also take time with yourself, but get yourself out there, connect, talk with people, have conversations like this one. Opens up some things. Okay, much love, and talk